Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just
They
a
said,
made-up
oh
word
my
in
God, I
society.
see the way you clone. Take your blasters, my dear, and place them both in mine. I can't do it in the weird voice. You know you stopped me dead while I was passing by. And now I beg to see you clone just one more time. So they say, clone for me, clone for me, clone for me. Oh, oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before. They say, wreck for me, wreck for me, wreck for me. Aye. And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. The Nerkie. We'll still do Nerkies.
That one took me.
Oh, wreck for me, wreck for me, wreck for me.
Dance monkey.
Yes.
That was
How
one of your
you
better
doing
ones.
there, buddy?
I'm doing good. Doing good.
So, I will tell you,
Fighting out a little bit this morning. The old rumbly tumblies.
which sucks, and that's another thing you deal with when you get older.
Just out of nowhere.
Body don't work so good anymore.
Nope. I'm like,
So-
what's that? Oh, that's what that is. I gotta go.
That was not a fart.
Nope. Good thing I'm at home. This would be a perfect time for me to be at your house, so you can.
God bless it. Yeah, why can't you be at my house right now? You could use the bidet.
I'd run up your water bill right now. Promise you.
No, it's so water efficient.
It doesn't matter. There's going to be a lot of,
Trust me, when you got Asian gut and it doesn't run up the water bill, you know you're good.
Oh, okay.
So you're fine. Welcome to Every Man's Guide to Nerddom, where we are two 30 to 40 something year olds who talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. You guys can also find us or may know us from the Twitches. We stream every Saturday night together doing Spooky Saturday indie horror games. And we also do some other games throughout the week when the time permits. You can find Chris.
Not right now.
Not right now as much for Christopher. I've been able to pick up a few Twitch shifts here and there, but you can catch Chris under Guyver, GYVERUNT01. And catch me under KSIG, K_SIG. And come out and follow us. Join the Discord for alerts when us and other members of the community go live. We try to support everybody. We've got a lot of fledgling streamers popping in through the group. And like to get you guys out there as well. And then also content creators and other podcasters and just lots of things happening in that Discord. So links in the bio, click on that, join the group, accept the terms and conditions so we know you're not a dick, and have fun with everybody.
Don't be part of our dick group. No, we want you to be part of our group.
Yeah.
Just not part of the group that we named the dicks.
Yeah, the dick group. That's a whole different Discord. We won't bring that one up. That's a locked channel.
It's a locked channel. So today we are on Bad Batch episode 14. We are down to 2 episodes left.
Yep.
And I think my prediction of they were setting up 13 for a big 3-episode arc. I think I was correct in that after watching this.
Yeah, pat yourself on the back on that one, because that was a good call.
I will. I mean, it's not like it was, earth shattering. I'm sure everyone else figured it out too.
This was a good one, though.
This was a good one. Like, just from the get-go, it drew you in. Like, there was not a point I was bored.
This was a very action-packed episode. It took me about 5 minutes to really kind of get going on it, because I was like, oh, don't do it. I was getting filler vibes, like at the very kind of beginning, like it's going to be another little fetch thing, and there's like nothing's going to be come from this, and then holy shit, it got good.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Listen, Ozzy.
We love you, Ozzy. And I will tell you, if you haven't watched K-Sig's stream, if you haven't watched Mr. Kyle their stream, it is a treat. He's been He's been doing really good lately. He
Thank
had
you.
a really good couple streams these past couple weeks. Like, not that they're not all good, but they were just exceptionally fun.
Even with the
Um,
joke that I like begged you to get it into chat just so I could do the joke.
Yes. And I ended up texting you, you bastard. The wiener aliens would have taken me,
There was
but
a
then
lot
they
of
would have
setup
left
that
me.
went into that. There was
Yeah,
so
but
much.
you know what? It was still funny.
30
was
minutes
cracking
of
up.
work for a 5-second joke.
But you know what? It was really funny.
Glad it hit.
And something was really cool. I found out we do have active listeners too, and that are in your chat a lot.
Mhm.
So that was really cool. And the thing that surprised me the most, the two who were saying, "Well, we know Chof listens, so thank
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Chof."
I got Chof.
But it was kind of cool knowing that it was two females
Mhm.
who are listening to us,
Really
even
cool.
with our dick jokes and our butt jokes.
Well, they topped us. They
They do.
out dick joked us and out
They
butt
did
joked
out.
us.
Yeah,
So,
we way got out dicked.
yeah. Good job, ladies, on out dicking us.
You made us have the chubs
Good job.
on out dicking us. The chubs is a half boner.
Do we really have to lay? Yeah.
Yeah, we have to explain it to some people. Like,
In case you
Chof.
didn't know, do I need to add the more you know thing for?
And the more you know. So with that, let's get into this. This was called War Mantle. War Mantle.
More
War
mantle mix.
War Mantle mix. War Mantle mix. Actually, I would probably eat that. I want to know
Speaking
what.
of,
Yes.
I'm gonna tell everybody, like, preface before we like dive into the episode. Stick
Oh,
around
yes,
to the
please
end.
do.
We got something fun we're gonna do at the end of this. It's gonna be fun for me. I don't know if it's gonna be fun for Chris, but it'll be fun for everybody, potentially Chris also. So
Not if I don't get it right.
that's gonna make it even better. So yeah, we're gonna do a little Bad Batch Jeopardy Omega version at the end of this, and yeah, the video will have the actual board up, so hopefully you guys catch that. It'll be good stuff.
So, and I will preference on this too. I am already apologizing to B Rob because I know I'm going to make him sad listening to this.
No, you're gonna make him so happy.
I'm going to freeze up and go, wait, what's her name? And you'll be like, her name's Omega. Yes, Sarah.
Susan.
Susan Molva. So,
yeah.
and if you look at our backgrounds right now too, these deal with this episode. Kyle has Hunter, a really detailed Hunter.
That's sweet. That's RTX on Hunter.
It's amazing. And then I've got a Clone Commando.
Mhm.
And some very interesting looking helmets that play a part in this episode.
This is
And
there's
they don't
a
look
lot of cool stuff that this, I guess, adds to the canon in this episode. So that's what's going to be cool with this.
Yeah.
And, for you guys, if this is your first time listening, I know we've rambled for a little bit and we're going to do that a lot. This isn't a high flyover coverage of the episode. Anything that we do is not like high flyover. We're going to break this down scene for scene, and looking for little things in the background. We're both huge Star Wars fans. Chris is a little deeper in knowledge than I am because I never watched Clone Wars, and neither the movie nor the series. I was going to try to cram it in before we started doing the coverage on this so I could do it. And
That's what she said. Woo!
And we decided actually against it so we could have I guess an outsider take on it.
A fresh perspective.
That doesn't have the background, just looking at this and taking this series just for what it is. So it's been fun.
I know it hasn't been as fun for Kyle because Kyle really likes to analyze stuff and he likes to know the background on things. So I know that part's kind of driving him nuts, but I do applaud him for sticking through this because it's been really cool to see his reaction, a fresh reaction for not knowing the backstory. So it's really cool.
But after next week, I'm going back in and I'm plowing through all of it after the season's over.
So
it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. So with that, let's go.
Let's dive into it.
Skipping forward a little bit.
Okay.
Should catch back up for you here in a sec. Okay, again, I think you pointed this out last week. The skip intro.
Mhm.
The intro is like 1 second long. Why would you skip it?
It takes longer to skip it than it does to watch it.
It really does. The
Especially
intro
with-
is literally 1 second long.
My shitty Walmart internet lately, everything's starting to buffer.
Ugh.
Mm.
Ugh.
It's getting fixed.
I hope so.
Yeah, they're replacing a bunch of lines apparently. So,
Oh, good.
so where
Um,
are we? Did
I
you
don't
know
know
where
what-
we were?
No, I had no clue what this planet was. Like, it looks like, honestly, every generic planet with a forest that Star
Mhm.
Wars does. So I didn't know. I really didn't know at this point. But we see this forest, and then we see this clone trooper running. And when you see these lights, you know, and then the hounds chasing after him,
Space hounds.
space hounds, sounds.
Yeah.
And you see the clone trooper sitting there. You know, he goes to a cliff, looks back. He has nowhere to run, and they're obviously after him for something. So one can only assume at this point, we didn't know for a fact that this is either some sort of traitor or he resists Order 66. He resists the chips, resisted them.
You know what-
Because why else would they be going after a clone trooper?
You know what this episode is?
What?
This is Space Shawshank Redemption.
It is.
Mm-hmm. It is.
You think he'll be an accountant?
Maybe.
A space
Dufresne.
accountant?
That's the worst clone trooper name ever. If his name would have been, actually, if they would just start calling him Dufresne, that would have been the greatest fucking thing ever. Like, let's just call him that from now on, because he doesn't actually get a name. He just gets a designation, doesn't he?
Negative.
Just a designation.
No, he gets a name.
He got a name? Okay, I
Yes,
forgot he got a
he's
name. I'm still gonna call him.
He's very well known too in another series.
Okay, well, never mind then. I was wanting to call him Dufresne.
Wait,
So
you still call him Dufresne up until now?
No, I'm not going to do it now.
You call him Dufresne until you hear his name.
Well, I've heard it once already, and I already forgot. So
See, so call him Dufresne.
all right, so Dufresne's running through the forest. Andy.
We have a happy Kyle now. He's running through the forest. Go ahead. And he placed looks like a tracking beacon.
Yeah, at first I thought it was going to be like a some type of charge, and it was going to like blow up, and then the space hounds were going to like and fly
Right.
over him, but nope, tracking beacon.
So, and then he's running. Then all of a sudden, you hear this very familiar sound that we know is the stun on the blasters.
Mm-hmm.
And you see the little ring go and hit. And
Shot
it
him right
hits
in the
him in his-
ass.
Yeah, it hits him in a space ass.
Yeah, he's like that pause where he's just like.
So, well, we're looking at that. That actually may be our cover.
Like he's really just.
So the way I've got it right now, it really does look like also those crappy 80s movies, like horror movies,
Mhm.
like The Gate, when like the you know, the arcane power, hell power is coming through, or like Hellraiser, where they outline them.
Oh, up a little different spot.
Oh,
I
it's-
got it paused weird in animation, and he has little baby arms. Where I'm at.
oh,
So,
okay. So I'm at 145.
I
Hold
also
on, let me text this.
we're just like microns of a second difference. Hold on, that's not the appropriate. We're milliseconds difference.
I'm glad you specified, sir.
Mm-hmm.
So, God, allergies are so
That way, our
bad.
measurement nerds don't bust my balls in the Discord.
That's what she said. Woo!
Measurement and balls.
Facts. Oh, did you just send it to me? Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, he
Okay.
gets shot right in the ass.
And
It looks like he's got fat legs in it.
yeah, see, it's a great picture.
So he's limping away because he's and then he gets one to the face. That's a rough, like he's pretty tough.
He is pretty tough. Well, and you see who captured him is more soldiers, more troopers.
There's a lot of set to stun action in this episode too.
There really is.
Like, what?
Well, then you see Hunter. Of course, there's Omega fucking with Gonki some more.
Mhm.
And then you see Hunter just sitting there twirling his knife, which I thought was just kind of a really cool scene because I don't know. I just like Hunter. I like Hunter a lot.
Seen him do it and Omega watching, and she's a little kid. She's picking up. They watch everything you do, and they're going to try to pick up on it and mimic it.
So, okay, do you think this goes along with her powers? Do you think that, you know, we know she's super smart and analytical.
Yeah.
Can analyze any situation. She has skills she can pick up. Do you think she's like has photographic memory? That would explain a lot.
Maybe.
And, you know, there's the theory that we have that she might be force sensitive.
Yeah.
And then they brought it in for Loki, but do you think Omega might have like some sort of force powers where she can move stuff with her mind?
Mind bullets.
Back to telekinesis, Kyle.
You set yourself up. That was the longest setup you've done yet.
Yep.
Oh,
But
you're so proud of yourself. I can see
I am
it.
proud of myself because that's what I have for tonight too.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna do the
No, you have to do the telekinesis when I inevitably die and start moving stuff around as a ghost. I'll be like,
That's true,
hey,
too.
Chris, you know how I'm moving this? And then you can be like, boop, hit the button.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, we'll do that. And then I'm gonna clip the rigagoo part too.
Rigagoo.
So they're being hailed and they go, we're being hailed. It's Rex. And we haven't seen Rex for 4 or 5 episodes now.
Oh, more than that. He was like episode 4.
I don't remember. It's
He
been
was
a
early.
while.
It was early.
Oh, and then yeah, because he was going off to find more of their brothers.
Yeah, he was in like that.
He was fighting in the Resistance too, didn't he say?
Yeah, he's in like in that second mini arc from earlier in the season. So episode
they
4 or
go.
5-ish.
Yeah, I think you're right. And then he's very Jedi-like here because, you know, covered in the cloak. He's like, hey, boys, you know, I need your help. And he's like, what can we help you with, Captain? He's like, I received a distress signal from a trooper, and I'm a bit tied up at the moment. I need your help to get him. He's like, he's a reg, and he's like, he's a friend. He's in trouble. I need you to get him out. So at that point, we know if it's Rex's old friend and he's in trouble, that it was this guy we saw, this clone trooper. Number one. Number two, one can only assume, at least I assumed at this point, that this trooper either has the chip out or the chip malfunction or, you know, somehow was resisting.
Right.
And that's why he was being hunted, which is what we figured.
Yeah, because is there ever an official count of how many clones were actually made?
I don't think there was.
So,
I think that'd be a better Coda question.
Yeah. And so you'd have to have a few here and there that just didn't stick.
Well, there was
Law of
quite a
large
few
numbers.
that didn't, but I also know, like, according to some of the old books, they were hunted down too. The legends, they call it, and they're not canon, but
And there
they're
was some that
actually
had
bringing a
a
lot
change
more
of
into
heart, like after Order 66 as well. Like they kind of saw, like they carried out the order because they had to. Like they were programmed to carry out the order, but they also had some feelings about that after.
like, what's his name from last episode, or no, 2 episodes ago? The what was his name over on Ryloth?
I forgot.
Andy
Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne
No,
over on
Dufresne's
Ryloth.
in this episode.
That's a two-frame.
That was probably Red in the other one.
It was. That's probably red. I think you're right. You hear a beep, and then Rex says, "You know, I can't talk now. I'll send the signal. I'll be in touch," and runs off. You know, Rex is in some sort of trouble right now. I have a feeling he might have met up with Ahsoka at this point. I just get this feeling.
You think?
Well, I kind of do.
Okay.
And I hope it's true. So, and they're like, where are we going? Hold on. They're like, you know, at this point they're debating, and Hunter's like, you know, we've been out on missions before where we haven't had intel, but this is stretching it, because Hunter's for all intents and purposes, Hunter's the leader. He's the one who has to make the decisions for them because they're still soldiers at heart. And Echo brings up Rex wouldn't ask us for help if it wasn't urgent. And Wrecker, it's like, Echo's got a good point. And then, of course, technical tech comes in and is like, we're in the middle of a job for Sid. If we deviate, we won't be compensated. They need the money. No money means no food. And then Wrecker changes sides. He's like, oh yeah, Tech's got a point too, because he heard the no food. And then Omega, the voice of reason's like, Rex's friend's in trouble. That's more important than food.
She's such a Jiminy Cricket.
She is. Well, and then Wrecker switches sides again. Well, the kid's got a point.
Mm-hmm.
And Hunter just looks at Wrecker.
Easily persuaded Wrecker.
All you need is Mantel mix.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter's like, all right.
Like, come on, Wrecker.
Ooh, Mantel mix. Ooh, Mantel mix.
Snack
How they
time,
get him
Wrecker.
back into the ship. Wrecker. Now we're back on Camino. Where are we?
Yeah,
we're back on Camino because we see the Camioans. And we see Vice Admiral Dick Rampart with bad Dick crosshair.
Dick hair.
Oh yeah, that's right. We called him Dick hair.
Mm-hmm.
With Dick hair. And then, we asked him how things are going, and Dick hair's like, good. And they're like, ensure every viable clone is mobilized. And we see the Prime Minister sitting back there watching them and listening. Dick hair's like, and the Camioans, and he's like, we have our orders. Keep an eye on them. And then when the time's right, we know what's going to happen at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, there's not even foreshadowing here at this point. It's just like...
Yep. Getting rid of the
here's
clones.
What's going to happen.
Getting rid of them. Getting rid of the clones. I wonder... Because like we've talked about, some of the clones have had epiphanies and changes of hearts and different things. I wonder if the mass murder of all these leftover clones is going to trigger something in Crosshair, and that's going to bring him back to the group.
It's a good theory.
I wonder if that's going to be his saving grace moment.
Well, I'm wondering if they're going to try and kill Crosshair.
Oh, well,
because he's a clone.
Maybe. And then that may...
The reason I think that is because of the end of this episode, what happens. The middle and end of this episode. So...
Could be.
I don't know. What do you all think? Let us know. Chof will let us know. Even when we don't ask him, he'll let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then they're saying, next thing we know, we see the clones. They're walking with some of the new recruits, the
little blockheads.
Yeah, the little blockheads. That's the best way to call them.
Why are their heads so, was the tube not tall enough?
I don't know. Or maybe it was like a can of ice cream, like in the factory as they're going through the processing. It just cuts off the top.
They look like, okay, so you have your Lego minis.
Yes.
Right? And then you have the knockoff Lego brand.
Right.
Minis.
The Eggos?
No, they're not. They're like, I can't think of the name.
Wish.com Legos?
Yeah. What their little minis look like, that's what it looks like.
It does. I was thinking that they originally cloned them to look like a kid Play from Kid and Play. And then they just chopped off the top of their hair.
Aw.
But they're walking with Nala Se.
I can see that.
And, and then if you look real closely, you can see it looks like there might be some commandos or something in the background. Hold on one sec. Here. Okay. So sorry. So that is part of when you get older and become a parent, you get these interruptions by little people, like
small humans,
water, or food. Apparently, you have to do.
You have to feed them. Apparently.
Why do I have to feed you, child? But they're watching. Oh shit!
Hello there.
Oh,
This is a
shit.
message for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Coda came back from his
I've lost
mission.
Mandalore.
Oh shit. Coda came back from his mission. What's the message?
Mandalore's been massacred. The Empire took over. Execute Order 66. Yeah.
Anything
You're
about
about-
tacos?
4 weeks behind on Order 66, though. Like we've
Man, he got held up in traffic. He got held up in space traffic.
I had to go subspace. You know, I was transporting precious cargo, and I didn't want my tacos to spill everywhere.
He had
the tacos.
He had a subpar astromech droid.
They'll do it
Damn
every
Chopper.
time. Well, welcome back, Coda. How was the mission?
It was good. I mean, I got a cool hat, a Star Wars hat. I mean,
Ooh. Oh, actually, that is kind of awesome.
yeah, it's a Praetorian Guard one, but
Is it made out of
I thought
leather?
that was the hat from Back to the Future that Marty wore. Like it's close.
it is kind of close.
It
isn't
is.
it?
It's like really
close,
close.
actually.
You need a hoverboard.
And look at the visor looks like the Marty glasses or Doc's
What?
glasses.
Oh, but like, yeah, no, on the bottom is like really cool. Oh my god.
Okay, that's
That's sweet.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back from your mission, Coda. Friend of the show, Coda is back. Jedi Master Coda, and glad to have him back with his Star Wars expertise. Coda encountered some issues with his mission the past couple of weeks, and he ran up against some separatists and some resistance. So
Cooling system on the ship.
cooling
A
system.
lot of issues on the water world in my mission. You know,
Yeah.
just
which is terrible.
flew to everywhere.
That's what she said. Woo!
There it is. There it is.
And I encountered Gundarks.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. So that's why we haven't seen Coda in a while. If he encountered Gundarks, then we know he had
And
some
survived, though. So you know that means he's a badass.
Badass Coda. What up? What up, space dogs?
Well, liked your hat. I'm
Yo,
wearing one of
what's
your
up,
favorite
dog?
shirts, Coda.
I should have worn my my one that I got from your store. The what should we call it?
The mesh
To the
tank top.
chest or to the vest or
to the vest. Slash me through the vest. That would have been great.
So, Coda, are you in the group watch? I know you just dropped out of hyperspace.
Yes, I am.
So, by the way, that was the most amazing entrance. That was truly a Jedi thing to do when Coda dropped out of the ship.
I'm no Jedi though, bitch. My problem
got
is I want to
serious.
go. I want to go like I want to go like him sometimes, and so like that's why I would be more like in the middle, that like gray area. Like I'm not technically evil, but like sometimes I do things that people are like, should we be concerned about him? You know what I mean?
Which what did they
Stay
call
out of
that
neutral.
one? That's the is that the Greys?
Yeah, but they're not canon, unfortunately.
I heard they might be coming up with the Ahsoka
Yeah, but
series.
as Jedi, like a
Yeah,
Jedi
okay, yeah.
Wayseeker from the High Republic. I haven't been following really the High Republic. I heard it's
I've-
good.
Right. Well, I've got high hopes with what's his name, rumored to take over for Kennedy.
high apple pie in the
Baloney?
sky hopes.
Filoni?
No, not Filoni. What's his name? Why can't I think of his name? Directed Mandalorian. John
Favreau.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won't take over Lucasfilm.
It's rumored. There's a big rumor right now because they're not happy with Kennedy and her handling of the prequels.
I think Favreau
So-
would do good.
I think it'd do amazing.
I think
Him
he's
or
a
Dave
fan.
Filoni, honestly.
Yeah. So, okay, back to the episode since we're 4 minutes in.
Yep.
So there they're walking, and then there's the little blockheads, and now let's say is like,
I'm upset about this part, right?
right here.
It was D. Bradley Baker voicing those like smaller clones, and they
Right.
didn't have Daniel Logan do it
Oh, was
like
it really?
they had
Well,
for all of Clone Wars.
right. Well, I mean, but they only have D. Bradley basically for this.
I mean, that's fair, but like,
I agree, but you can't get mad at D. Bradley Baker. He's amazing.
I mean, D. Bradley Baker did a fine job just now, but like, I mean,
I
like,
see what you're saying.
even though it's like a 2-second line, like, come on, he could record that from home, like,
That's
you
true.
know.
That's true. No, I would go with that. I'll go with that. I don't disagree. So we see the prime minister meeting, and then, she tells them, go on, children. And he's like, the Empire has canceled all of our contracts. And, there's some ominous thunder roaring at that point.
Ominous.
And
Roaring ominously.
she goes, our success with the clone army is known galaxy-wide. There'll be other people. She's like, hey, fellow, there'll be other people. And Prime Minister's like, Empire's not like the Republic. Or we have empowered them to our own detriment. So basically he's saying, and he says, they're going to destroy us rather than our operation to continue. Basically what he's saying is that we created this army to oppose the separatists. We saw how well they did. The Empire doesn't want to let us continue in case it happens to them. If someone contacts us to go up against them, they're not going to let us live for that. Which we all knew was coming. It's finally been vocalized 14 episodes later.
I just love how quick the transition went.
Mm-hmm.
Because this has, it can't, like, I know, like, they've had, like, Bad Batch have had some tenure on their own now, right? And same with Omega. I just don't think it's been years. I could see a couple months, but not like a year.
I feel like
I don't think
6 months
weird.
tops.
That's what I was thinking.
But that's the weird thing is we don't know because they don't have any sort of timeline on this.
I don't know. Okay, so if somebody like Ahsoka were to show up, that would have to put the events after the Ahsoka novel, even though they've retconned the Ahsoka novel before. That would mean that it's at least 2-3 years later, which is not going to happen.
Right.
Unless they were just blatantly retcon it with they did with the canon comic and they did with the Siege of Mandalore. So
they might shit like they brought in Thrawn.
Yeah, but they didn't. Thrawn wasn't a part of the new canon at that point.
That's true too. That is true too. And then
Those
they made Ahsoka. Yeah, I'm with you. I agree.
I don't know. It's I like the timeline where we're at though, because with these characters, we honestly don't know if they're gonna survive.
Right.
And that's what I love.
Some aspect of them has to survive. I just don't know how many will survive because we know there's a season 2.
I know Omega is gonna survive. Like, you don't kill off a kid.
I mean, are you talking like the long-term survival where we may see somebody pop up in the Book of Boba, or like other?
I'm talking both.
Okay.
Because I'm still holding on to. I have nothing to back this up with, besides just how popular Omega's character has been. But
dude, she's huge already.
Yeah, and Boba was the alpha, and she is the Omega. So that's why I'm holding on hope that she survived all this, and is going to appear in the Book of Boba Fett. I have nothing to back this up.
Perfect candidate.
She is literally nothing to back this up. Well, and we did see Fennec. We know Fennec's in it too. And then I'll hold my prediction till the end. But yeah, we'll go over that a little bit later on who I think survives, who doesn't.
It wouldn't even it would make sense for her to be in Book of Boba Fett in live action. However, it doesn't even have to be there. It could be any of the new TV shows, Rangers of the New Republic, if that happens, Mandalorian, Ahsoka,
Which we do need to talk about some Ahsoka and Rosario's recent confirmation on 2 characters too. And we're going to talk about that later.
After this episode. There's the gasp.
Yep. Okay.
I still have
I'm-
your gay gas clipped.
I know that will never go away.
The prime minister is like, we've got to leave to ensure our survival. So he says, pack up, gather all those who are essential, and I'll arrange for our departure, which means he's not planning on taking everyone. He's only gathering those who are essential. Prime Minister Dick.
Mm-hmm. Lots of dicks in this episode.
A lot of dicks.
A dick-heavy episode. And Dick Hair.
Dick Hair.
Prime Minister Dick.
Vice Admiral Dick.
Mm-hmm.
They go to the planet where they had the distress beacon. They decided to go, and they're like, I'll bring us in low to avoid any possible tracking scanners. And then Hunter's like, we're banking a lot on a clone we don't know. And then Echo says, Rex trust him, and I trust Rex. And I love this part here too, because you don't see them really going up against Hunter a lot, them arguing with his decisions a lot, because they look towards him because he's the leader.
Yeah.
But Echo and Omega are standing their ground on this, and that's
Echo has
kind of admirable.
The last several episodes, Echo hasn't had a lot to say.
Mm-mm.
He's been pretty in the back, pretty much in the background for a lot.
Right.
And so it's good to see that there's stuff coming from him now. And now that we got our living Wikipedia here, this planet that we're at, has it been seen before?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I think it's just a whole ass new planet.
It's just a whole.
Do you want to know what that looks like? It looks like Devil's Tower to me, if you guys have ever seen it or heard of it.
The actual Devil's Tower?
Yeah.
In
Utah?
Arizona?
In Utah?
No, in Wyoming.
Wyoming. So that can you can tell we've heard of it. We don't know where.
Have you ever seen Close Encounters of the Third Kind?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, is that
Devil's Tower? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I thought of when I saw it.
Okay. Yeah, no, I can see that.
So here's the thing. I went to Devil's Tower, saw it. It's small as hell.
Really?
It's not that big.
You're not gonna hit your button now, Chris? That was like
I was debating it. I'm like, you can't see, but my hand is like,
you're just like,
God bless it.
Resist
Yes.
the
That's what
urge.
she said. Woo!
But yeah, no, I'm like, no, because I've already done it twice this episode. I'm like, yeah.
So okay, so we're thinking like whole ass new planet.
Created.
I'm not
just
even
for
gonna
the show.
research it. I'm just gonna go off of that. I don't believe
I'm
you.
cool.
Okay, so they're flying in. They land. I don't know what to say. They come out with guns. Guns are at the ready because they don't know it. That's the whole thing. They don't know what to expect on this. They're going in blind.
Mhm.
And I still like Tech's armor. I don't know why, but I like his armor a lot.
It's probably because you have glasses and he has glasses.
That's probably it. Thank you,
There's
Coda.
the connection. It's subliminal.
I
You
have
didn't
glasses. I just
Just
never
when I
wear
think you've
them.
said the stupidest thing ever, you keep talking.
You're welcome. You're probably right. You're probably right. I don't know. I like all their armor. I really like all their armor and how they've done it, how they made them all individual too.
Yeah.
And it's not just like your typical clone armor. And
Of course,
Rex-
interesting seeing like Hunter's tracking skills here.
Oh,
Like
I love this scene. Yeah.
Sniffing the twig, ear
Getting
to
the
the
dirt.
trail.
And it's like, there's something here inside that mountain. It's like, how the hell did you get that from grabbing a pile of dirt?
He just grabs it and throws it in the air.
They're in the mountain.
They're in the mountain. What?
And one of them had tacos for lunch.
Mhm. Heavy on the salsa.
Hey, we're actually ordering Chipotle, right? But I can't eat Chipotle.
I probably shouldn't eat Chipotle today.
Go on,
No.
salesman. Stomach issues.
No, I don't know what it is. It like makes me sick and almost throw up every time,
Yeah,
Really?
you probably should.
no matter what I eat from there.
I don't even know
So
why
I
you
don't
ordered
eat it.
You should probably consider ordering elsewhere.
Well, no, Zach can order there, but like I can't.
Oh, I
So
mean, you
he's
could
just
order.
gonna
You
sit
just
there and
couldn't
eat
eat
in
it.
front of you and watch you like cry
No,
while
I'll
he
order
eats.
something else.
That's mean. Why would he do that to you?
Yeah, Zach.
What, Zach, why won't you let Coda eat? Let Coda eat.
Mhm.
Let Coda eat.
No, trust me, he lets me eat.
Thank you. I'm out. And Kyle's out with that one. We'll see Kyle again.
Hey, is that Hunter on his background?
Yes.
Oh, you guys have been getting with the times and doing what I'm doing.
Uh-huh.
Posers.
As you all can tell, Coda's been keeping up with our episodes.
I have not.
That
I
was
told
the
you
joke.
that.
That was the joke.
He's been.
Yeah, I know I'm a joke.
The Hunter points out, they're all in the mountain and they're like, "Are you sure there's something in there?" And Hunter's like, "There's only one way to find out." And he sighs heavily while he does this. You can tell he does not want to be here. He's Randall from Clerks. He's like, or no, he's Dante. He's like, "I'm not even supposed to be here today."
Well, I don't even think it's so much that like he doesn't want to be there as much as he doesn't want Omega there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
because they worry about Omega for everything.
Right. And he's kind of taking more of that dad big I wouldn't say big brother. It's more of a dad at this point. Of her. And like I know me, like if I'm like doing something dangerous, if I'm like working on my car or something and my nieces and nephews are around, I'm like, nope, go away.
Yeah.
Like I don't want them hurt.
No, I think it's a protection thing. Like not necessarily having. I mean, conveniently having a backup thing, it works later. But I think I'm with you. I think it's more of a he's trying to protect her as much as he possibly can. 'Cause I think he realizes that he's not going to be able to do that for much longer. She's becoming more independent, more strong-willed, and extremely useful.
It ain't taking shit from nobody.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Kyle, why don't you go on from here for a sec?
Okay, so they're Skyrim their way up the mountain, and
I don't know why that tickled me so much. But
if they rode a horse backwards, they'd get up it a lot faster. If they had a space
It's
horse
true.
that they could take up.
You gamers will know that reference.
Yes, by God, you should know that reference. And so now, this whole ass new planet has a new hole in it. There's just a big base in the hole in the ground. I don't know. When I saw this, I kind of had the vibe a little bit of, oh my God, I just went stupid.
Indoor?
I was
Well,
thinking
indoor, but I'm talking about the base being like the hole in the ground.
Pit of
like,
Sarlacc?
Huh? No,
Sarlacc?
no.
Are you
No.
talking about the new movies?
Yes.
Starkiller Base?
Starkiller Base, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of had that vibe. Like, oh, we've seen this design before. It's like, this isn't the same planet, so that can't be that.
Okay.
I found out what planet that was, by the way, for Starkiller Base.
Oh,
What
yeah?
planet is it?
It's Ilum. You know where the Jedi go to get their crystals?
Oh, that makes
Starkiller
sense.
Base is
because,
Ilum.
because they would have to have all those kyber crystals to power it. That makes sense.
And the fact that, like, in Jedi Fallen Order, it's seen that they're digging out a trench, and in the Ahsoka novel, she said it looked like they carved massive parts of the planet out, and so she didn't go there in the Ahsoka novel.
So that's the
Even
only
at
place-
this stage.
So that's the only place they get their crystals. What would happen if that planet was
Well-
destroyed? No more crystals? Kyber
Well,
crystals?
it was destroyed. Spoiler alert.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh, man.
so it's not the only place they get them. I know they get them other places.
Do they?
Mhm.
Is it in the novels?
Yeah, Yeah. Yeah. I think it was in. Wasn't even in the novels. It was in the Kylo Ren comic where he was like shown as a Jedi. Now he betrayed Luke and all that.
Oh, okay.
They kind of explained where they got their things because like Ilum wasn't a possibility because you know the First Order
Right.
had already taken over. Because it had to have been something Palpatine was already planning. By the way,
You
right?
think?
Yeah, because like, why would he carve out like these massive chunks of the planet and build a trench with a circle in it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why
He
put
was
that much
very forward
effort
thinking,
and resource.
like
Yeah.
a lot of planning. He had a lot of planning going on.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I do. Sorry, I'm gonna get us back on track. Anyway, yeah,
Thank
Forest
you.
Moon of Endor.
Yeah. That's what I thought of. Mostly why I thought of Endor was because that tower, when they're sitting across there, it looks like one of their little watchtowers on Endor that you see. So they're looking down and they're observing the troopers that are down there. And this is super important to pay attention to. They say, he said, Echo says, I'm clocking a couple of commandos and squads of clone troopers. And they've updated their armor. Hunter goes to look, and then we look, and they've got these backpacks on, 2 of them. So we know that the backpack ones are probably the commandos.
Mm.
But you don't really get a good sense of what the helmets look like because when the ones come out of the dropship, we see, you know, it's obviously a clone. But then the back, they go really quick where you can't really see how the armor's been updated.
Yeah.
They're still kind of far away, but they can tell something's been
something's
updated.
different.
Yeah.
You know what it also reminds me of?
What's that?
In The Mandalorian, you know where they're going to break, where they take Bill Burr.
Mm-hmm.
What's I don't remember his character's name.
I don't know.
It's the episode before the finale. You know where they go inside that building.
Right. Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of this too.
It does a lot though, doesn't it? The way it looks and the way it's set up. Do you think? Do you guys think this would be at that point, knowing that's like standard Empire blueprints for like bases that they carve out?
It feels very Empire-ish.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Even just the docking bay for the ships really felt like that stood out to me.
So
I just love the Empire. They're like, oh, look at this rugged ass terrain. Let's build a fucking base there.
do you have a flag? And then this is a really important part too. Is, you know, they're like, come on, let's go back. Let's contact Rex. And Echo says, Hunter says, come on, get to it. We'd be going blind without any reinforcements. And then Echo brings up, you did that when you rescued me. And I'd be trapped in that place if you hadn't. And there's a chance that the trooper's being held against his will. We have to try and get him out. And that just shows Echo's determination. He's going to do it without them or not.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, we see Omega and Wrecker playing
Space Dominoes.
Place dominoes, and Wrecker's like, I'm thinking. And we know that's not true.
Just waiting for Omega to like slam one on top of Gonki. He's like, Domino, mother wrecker.
You've been wrecked. And then they get
I'm so ready for Jeopardy here in a little bit. Okay, anyway.
They get a call from Hunter and them, and they say, you know, we're going in. You guys stay in the ship. You're our backup. The comms are going to be jammed once we're inside. So they get on the lift, literally on the lift.
Mm-hmm.
And we see 2 commandos getting into the lift. Literally. And they're going down. They jump off. And
that lift
Hunter
looked like it would
sticks
make a cool design for like a collector's lunchbox. Just
It really
look like
does.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. As they're going by, we get a little bit better look at the trooper's armor, and it does look a little different. from the back, because usually the clone troopers armor was, very smooth, polished looking on the back, and these had these little almost look like IO engraved into them.
Yeah.
Which we know is a very familiar armor type. But we still don't have a good look at it. But then, as they're going around the corner, we see a clone commando with that traditional blue light coming out of the visor, which I've always thought has been one of the coolest defining looks of the commandos.
Mm-hmm.
They're walking, and then we get a good look at the armor of the new clone armor that we're seeing, or we assume is clones. And I went nuts at this point. I go, that's the helmet that Ezra stole from Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
And Lily's like, what? I go, remember? She goes, oh, that is. We now have stormtroopers. Which to me, I got goose pimples. It was just really.
Do you think the change
cool.
in the armor is just what, there's some vision impairment there, maybe, if they didn't really factor in? Okay.
I know where you're going to this, and that's the same joke I made when the fight starts.
They instantly started shooting a lot worse.
Yes.
Well, so do you want to know something I noticed too? Is not only did they start shooting worse, they get thrown around a lot worse than clones.
Yeah.
Well,
the clones were super well trained.
Yeah, but you can definitely see the very much distinction. And another thing, what I never noticed is this armor. Look at Hunter's armor. It's very similar.
It is, actually. You think Hunter's armor was the template?
Well, not necessarily template, but almost like a precursor type of thing.
You notice the armor is not as bulky as the traditional stormtrooper armor that we know.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still at the in-between phase. They said Echo's looking through this, and he sees this doesn't make any sense. The muster report lists 50 clone commandos and 1,000 TK troopers, and then text TK troopers, and he just kind of shrugs. He's like, I'm not familiar with that designation. Hunter, Coda, what's the TK trooper?
I don't know. I don't know that's either. The first time I've heard it.
So I wonder if they came up with that for this series.
I'm kind of looking at
designation.
Everybody's thinking that's just the precursor for the stormtrooper.
And it might be. I had no clue. I genuinely had no clue.
It really seems like I had heard that before, though. It was one of those things. It just sounds familiar, even if you've never heard it before.
Right. And then he says, we found him. He's down below. Let's go get him, basically. And then we see a trooper walking, and we see the clone trooper that's sitting there. And then we hear this, hey, newbie, how about you be useful? Get me some food. And the trooper goes, quiet, traitor. And he's like, that's Captain Traitor. And he's like, insubordinate plebe. And then he gives this kind of little laugh when he did it, too. And they said, they find him. They go, is this your designation? He's like, who's asking? They're like, Rex sent us. And then we hear this chuckle. And I go, I know this chuckle. I know this damn chuckle. Then he goes, in that case, the name's Gregor. I'm like, oh, they've brought Gregor in. So we know Gregor survives this. No matter what's going to happen, we know Gregor survives this because, Coda, where did we see Gregor?
Rebels.
Yay! He was living in the old man clone colony.
With Rex.
With Rex. And who else was there? Wolf. And it was just those three, wasn't it? No, there was someone else.
No, it was just those three.
Was it just those three?
Originally, I remember Dave Filoni said in an interview he wanted to do 9 clones as kind of like a nod to the 9 old men of Disney type of thing.
Right.
And they wouldn't let him because of budget.
Well, that sucks.
So originally it was gonna actually he said it was gonna be like Wolf, Gregor, Rex, Cody, Bly, a bunch of like the famous clones.
That we all know.
Yeah, Kix was gonna be one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that
Originally it
would've
was
been
gonna
cool.
be Jesse, but we know what happened.
Or
Jesse.
Jesse. So, and Gregor's got this most distinct laugh ever. It's like a hyena almost.
Well,
Yeah,
very
well, I mean,
distinct way
Oh.
he talks and his cadence, and
Yeah.
it was, me watching it, and catching this character for the first time, the way that he spoke and everything, that like it clicked in my mind, like he's got to be somebody special, because
Yeah.
it's a very distinct manner of speaking that you're not just going to have that on a throwaway clone.
Right. Well,
The-
he was an instructor. He trained clones. So, I believe Gregor was out in the field though too, wasn't he? Or did they make him specifically
droid arc.
instructor? That's right. That's right.
And then he basically saved everybody's lives at the One Republic conference.
Right. Kyle, go on. I've got to get a snack for little kids.
Yep.
So
Go ahead.
a little like cool thing too is just like Gregor, right? So a little background on him, Kyle.
Yeah.
In the Clone Wars, there was this arc where they used astromechs, right? And a little dude called Colonel Meeber Gas. I fucking love him. He's a worm. He's like this big, so he can fit inside the top of an astromech unit. And they go on like this big old mission, and eventually, like they're stranded, their ship crashed type of thing, and they come across this clone working in a diner, and it turns out to be Gregor. And Gregor hit his head and had like head trauma and lost his memory, right?
Yeah.
Well, they help him get his memory back, and they scan him, and they're like, "Oh, you're a clone commando," right?
Mhm.
And it's really cool. And he like helps him get to a ship, and before he can get to the ship, he gets like overwhelmed by the amount of droids and stuff that are there. And so it just kind of explosions kind of blow up and stuff that happens. And so I'm assuming he's a little like quirky because he's been blown up twice.
He
and
mentions
head
that
trauma, right?
too. Later in the episode, he mentions being blown up twice. So you bring up like the head trauma thing. So I wonder if that done something to make him a little bit more empathetic with like what's going on now, why he's not like the other clones.
Yeah, I wonder if it messed with his inhibitor chip.
It could have. Like he's
Um,
because he seems different. Now, is
he's
he
an interesting
wearing-
clone.
I'm trying to look and see what he's wearing. Like, is he wearing part of the new armor, or is that part of the old armor? Like, he's got some on.
It looks like part of commando armor.
Okay. So now we got him trying to sneak him out, doing their little sneaky thing. We get a better view of more of the troopers, and something I had looked at while you guys were going back on some of the old canon stuff, that the thought behind this new armor and why it looks like it does, and it's less. The uniforms are a little less uniform is because now you have different size soldiers coming in, because these are the volunteer soldiers. These aren't your clones anymore. Your clones, everybody's going to be the same size. You can pop them all in the same armor. This is made to be more modular, so they can adjust sizes so they fit the troopers better.
Not one size fits all anymore.
Nope.
Well, have you noticed too? They get shinier because they're more concerned with waxing their armor than it repelling blaster fire.
Yep. Lots of trooper wax.
Is your armor shiny? Yeah, it's doing pretty good. Thanks. What happened to Johnny? He got shot.
They do show a lot of carbon scoring easier on. Anyway.
Yeah. So,
Tech
have you guys
messed
gone
up.
over this part here where Tech?
Yeah, almost. We were just like right at it.
Okay.
So yeah, Tech was trying to basically hack the door using codes and things that he knew, which triggered everything, because these are not. This isn't a clone base. This isn't clone tech. This isn't.
Clone codes don't work anymore.
Yep. So he triggers the security alert, and the fight's on. and terrible shots abound. So something that kind of confused me a little bit here. Like, I don't know why. Like, Bad Batch was doing a lot of stun blasting. Like, there was a lot of the hoops going down the hallway instead of actual blaster fire. And I don't know the reasoning. There's a reason behind that.
I know why.
Why?
Because even before, they weren't sure that these are clones or not, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, they are not going to shoot their brothers, even though they are regs.
Exactly right.
And
Correct.
even then,
They
the
don't wanna
Bad Batch
hurt
aren't
them.
trying to hurt anybody.
No,
It's not their job.
they kill. Their job was to kill
Droids.
droids. Yeah, they were droid killers, specialty droid killers.
Oh, okay. That
I
makes
do
sense.
find it interesting though that the past couple episodes they've been getting blaster fire at them from the clones, but they refuse to go off of stun. That's just always just kind of floored me. Because like, you know, at what point do you say fuck it, fuck you guys, I'm shooting you,
We're
I'm going
switching
home.
modes.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I'm switching modes.
I also really do appreciate the fact that, like, instead of having that warm feeling that Jedi cruisers had,
Yeah.
it's just very black and white, like the Empire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
It's cool seeing it in Clone Wars animation, though.
It
Like, I
really
will
is.
say,
Yeah.
it is nuts though. Just kind of the switch, how it went. You know, we've known it's been coming and it's been building up to it. So you know, it's Vice Admiral Dick was working behind the scenes to get all this done, but now we finally see it starting to come to fruition. It's just again, we knew it was coming, but it just kind of hits you at the same time. It's like, oh shit, this is the Empire now.
mm-hmm.
This
And
is no
this base
longer the
had to
Republic.
have existed for a time before Order 66. Like we said, we're kind of feeling this is like 6 months in, maybe ish, somewhere around there. Definitely not years, and definitely not the amount of time it would take to build a facility like this. So it's been there for a while.
Well, and you know, they've never really explored like stormtrooper boot camp, how long it takes, because you know, like with like the Army, Navy, you know, whatever. Let's say if it's like a year here for our, you know, regular, how long does it take for the Space Forces? Obviously, not long enough, and they skip like
Blaster fire
gun,
training.
blaster training.
They don't get a lot of range
Well,
time.
No.
Well, and here's the thing, is like, even with, you know, like what is his name?
Teddy
Crosshair's
Ruxpin,
new squad. You know, like his
the
like
Death-
elite
Death
people.
Troopers. Yeah.
Yeah. They found those guys like that, knowing like they had to have tested them and all that like super quickly.
First question: do you like to kill innocent people? Yes. Okay, come.
Mhm.
You're good.
All right, we're gonna add you to the list. All right, next candidate. Come on in.
What's your name? I hate
Susan.
everyone.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
perfect. Basically, you know, we're not telling you what's going on because it's basically them just shooting back and forth.
Shooting and escaping. Shooting and escaping. Now Gregor
Although
did
it
get
is-
shot twice.
Yeah, it is worth noting that did happen. And he's like, "Oh, this is nothing."
Is this where he talked about he's been blown up twice?
Real quick too. The only thing that really upset me about this episode is how easy they took down Scorch from Delta Squad. Because did you see his distinct markings from the Republic Commando game
Yeah.
and the Clone Wars? Scorch.
Was that Scorch?
Go back and look at his markings.
Was he
they
the
took
single
him
one
down,
in the,
like, easy.
Was it that one right there in the hallway?
The one that they just took down. Go back like 10 more seconds.
Okay, so looking for it. Looking for it.
The one in the very back, right?
Yeah.
That one?
Oh, it
That's
is.
Scorch.
Because he's got the yellow too.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I didn't
good,
even notice that.
Good catch, Coda.
Good job.
I'm
Coda.
upset because like Delta Squad was like the best of the best
They
of
were
the
the
best.
elite.
Like,
Okay, let me pose
But-
this question to you. Who would have won in a fight? Bad Batch or Delta Squad? I think
Delta.
Batch. I think the Batch.
If they have crosshair
If they had crosshair, I'm talking at full force.
at full force, and okay, then probably Batch. However, they don't have Wrecker, and they don't have crosshair. That's their big powerhouses right there.
Right.
Like, I was a little upset that Scorch went down so easily against them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree because Scorch was. He was one or two, wasn't he? He's one. He was the best one on the squad.
He was the second. Their leader. What's his name?
I don't
Oh my
remember his
god!
name.
I remember back when they debuted in Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I like screamed at the television as a child, seeing them, and then like it's cool that they brought him back for Bad Batch, but it sucks that he's a bad guy.
And then they took him back for Bad Batch.
We had Boss, Fixer, Sev, and Scorch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So,
But yeah.
good catch, Coda.
I know. I saw it and I was like, that can't be him. And then I like rewatched it and saw the paint.
Yeah, he got taken out like a bitch.
Well, he was going 1-on-3 or 4.
He still got taken out like a bitch.
Pretty elite
Yeah.
squad. So now they're back in escape mode.
And like I said, Gregor got hit twice, talking about how he got blown up. That Gregor laugh. And Tech says, everything's blocked, but hey, these pipes go to the reactor conduits. We're going to go there.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea.
Exhaust ports. Never seen that before in Star Wars. So
Yeah, let's go over there. What will happen? Nothing bad, I'm sure.
like what I didn't get, like they're trying to sneakily get away or
Using explosives to do
just
it.
blow the fuck off this door or grate or whatever, and then they sneak down the tunnel. It's like boom, and then okay, we're gonna take baby steps as we go down the tunnel. So I don't want anyone to hear us.
No one will notice.
Anything.
Like, yeah, it is kind of nuts how now they're being really quiet.
Now they're going through the tunnels. I'm telling you, this is space Shawshank Redemption.
It is.
This is exactly what.
Redemption. They used a space spoon to slowly dig out the tunnel.
So this right here told me that there's been a good amount of time passed. I remember
Omega,
because she's flying the ship.
And because when she was talking to Hera's like, there's nothing like flying.
Mm-hmm.
And then which made Omega want to fly.
But Omega had never flown at this point. To like go from never flying to be able to take off, go fly over there and everything without. Well, I mean, Omega kind of flew.
Yeah. I don't think Wrecker knows how to fly, does he?
I think he does, but not
He knows how to
as
fall.
well.
He knows how to fall.
He falls really good.
So he's like me. Big, grumpy, scared of heights, and can fall easily.
I love me some Wrecker.
One eye. So now they get to the end of the reactor exhaust pipe and they stop real quick because they're pretty high up.
Mm-hmm.
And we hear Omega say, we're on approach. Here comes the shuttle. But then we see all the fighters being mobilized. Are those V-Wings, Coda?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. So there's V-Wings, and it looks like... What are the other ones? Is it an attack shuttle?
The LAHs haven't been replaced yet.
Okay. So... Mega's getting in, and, Wrecker's coming out shooting. But have you noticed? Wrecker wasn't firing stuns.
No, Wrecker ain't screwing around.
No, he had live ammo. And at this point, they should not do that anymore. And you guys talked about when they...
I don't think they should do that anymore. I really don't think they should be... At this point.
At this point, I don't think they should. All right, you guys talked about how when the helmet came off when I was gone, right?
What?
No. Or is that hasn't come up yet? They
helmet
found
came
out
off.
what the troopers look like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, okay,
and then
good.
they started shooting terribly down the tunnel.
Oh, I did Google it. TK is standard for stormtrooper.
Is it?
I didn't know that. I thought it was ST.
I thought it was too. In
It's
FN.
TK. Yeah.
Really?
Had we heard it before? It seems like I
It was
remember
said
hearing
before.
it
I don't know.
over comms.
Yeah.
Like it
So
was. It
that's
wasn't
standard for
like they
Stormtrooper.
were addressing each other. It's like you heard it over comms. Like maybe in New Hope when they were near the trash compactor.
Or maybe I was thinking more like Rogue One, maybe.
That's what I
Maybe.
was thinking.
I've heard it. I know I've heard it.
I know we've heard it, and you
I'm
know
gonna
it's
go back
bad
and
if
watch
I can't figure it out.
18
Kyle
fucking
can't
hours of
figure it out,
movies
and
that-
Coda couldn't figure it out. You know it's bad between the three of us because we would have. Damn it. You know what else TK stands for, right?
Team kill.
Telekinesis, Kyle.
Ah, that's gonna be so fun tonight using that.
Anyways, they're flying, and you see, they get.
I
tech
love
in.
their visors.
Which one's the?
The blue, like you
Yeah,
said.
the Commando. It's probably one of my favorite helmets. But okay, did you guys find this weird? They can't hit shit until they throw the Commando out in front of them, and then all of a sudden they hit it, the Commando, with like 3 shots, and then gets knocked over on the cliff like
Yeah,
immediately.
he rolled for inspiration, and
He hit a nat 20.
yeah,
So that's the only other way to say it.
He rolled the commando rolled a nat 1 on his survival check.
He's like, wait, what happened? Oh, and your cod piece comes off while you're getting shot.
Yep.
So
Yeah, in the middle of trying to be sneaky, you decide you want to make an omelet right in front of everything.
and then you ask the rest of the troopers, y'all want some?
Ew.
No.
I
So-
can't.
Can't. They're flying off because they had to make a getaway. Who got on at this point? I think it was Tech.
Echo.
Tech and Echo, and then it was just Hunter left behind, wasn't it? It was Gregor back there. too.
Hunter and Gregor.
Hunter and Gregor.
Hunter and
yeah.
Gregor.
They
So
have
they're
yet to pick up the one they came for.
Yeah, they pulled away and they're shooting down the V-wings. Wreckers and back shooting them down. Unfortunately, there's just a lot of them, and they get the shields. They hit one of the engines, and they lose power, and then Gonky comes running up, and then Omega gets this idea, and she's like, "Gonky, we need you." Pulls his little cable and plugs it in, and then
I
all
like
of a
when she
sudden,
Yeah, I know like there's no expression off the droid, but the interface of it, and just looked like he was surprised. Like go back and look at him right when
wouldn't you be if someone grabbed
like
your
look at
cable
well,
and
look,
just
he's like
yanked
hold
it?
on, we're going to get to it here because he gets plugged in and he's like woo, like that's what it looks like. Like if he had a face, it would be going woo right about
woo
now.
there?
Woo!
Yep. When the lights lit up.
Hello.
Hell, I would pay someone if they came and took my cable like that.
What did- so
Just out of
is
the
Oh,
Gonky
so
like
it's
a battery
Echo,
box?
not Gregor.
Oh, they took Echo.
Like, is he packing that
Oh,
much
Echo's fine.
juice
No,
to be able to?
it was
power
Echo that was
everything up?
left behind, not
Oh.
Gregor.
Well, I mean, he's an ammo/recharge droid, so that's what they're built for.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I just knew ammo. I didn't know they did they also recharged. some
Okay, so
things.
yeah, so that's where Echo jumped on. And then Hunter they had to pull away, and Hunter tried to jump on and fell and fell and fell
He
and
was
fell.
falling and falling and falling.
And
A lot
I'm
of
surprised.
falling.
Honestly, I'm surprised he didn't die.
When he fell, I was like, I scooted to the edge of my seat.
I did too. I
was like,
I
"Ooh."
was for sure this was the end of Hunter. I'm like, they can't do it on 14. But then he gets up.
Yeah.
Well,
Did
next
you-
episode's going to be a 70-minute one, like
Is that
the
what they
last
said
two.
already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
It's
didn't
going to
know
be
that.
70 minutes.
But and then how long's the last episode going to be?
No, the finale is a 70-minute episode.
So they're
Yeah,
going to end it with
It's
15
like
then.
a two-part.
Okay, that's why.
Well, it's technically 2 episodes split, but it's 70 minutes.
70 minutes total.
They're releasing both
Shit.
at the same time or week apart.
I have no idea.
I bet it'll be a week apart.
Hmm.
Because the reason I say that, because What If starts the week after that.
Oh yeah. Okay. So they'll be okay.
So that's
I don't think they'll release it apart then. They'll probably release it together because they aren't going to want to steal Thunder or lose Thunder for their finale.
That's true. Because it's been Bad Batch has gotten really good reviews.
It's been a really good run.
I really haven't seen anything negative about Bad Batch. I've seen 1 or 2 from fanboys, but fuck fanboys.
They haven't even been that harsh on it. Like,
No.
I was expecting just full on torches and pitchforks for anything that they could
Right.
find, and it hasn't been. It's been pretty calm.
I thought Omega was going to be hated.
I did
I
too.
thought she was going to be hated.
She's
I mean, she
endearing
kind of
though.
she gets a little annoying sometimes, but like for the most part, it's not like terrible. You know what I mean?
Well, and the annoying is because she wants to do what's right. It's like
Mhm.
Kyle said, she's the Jiminy Cricket of the Bad Batch. Just
Mhm.
paint her green and give her
Give
a little top hat.
Yeah.
And the little coattails, and she'd
horrible.
be good.
That's horrible.
It's not horrible, but picture it in your head. She'll be propped up
just
on
pic-
Wrecker's shoulder. We've
I
seen her
pic-
propped on Wrecker's shoulder.
I picture her just as a freaking leprechaun. Like what?
She goes, "I'm Omega."
I'm the left. Stop! No.
No.
There's our Wayne's World thing for. We haven't had one in a while.
Yeah.
But
So-
no,
They get
I-
shot, and Gonki gets overloaded from the blasters.
Mm-hmm. Got real
So-
excited.
We know
Woo.
Gonki's not going to die because droids never die from this. You know what I mean?
No, they can be.
They get
repaired.
overloaded like that, they always come back.
especially if they're on the ship of the main characters. But
Yeah, they'll be fine.
There's a lot of plot armor on that ship. They'll be fine.
They're fine. Plot armor. They're shooting down the Y-wing, and it's just amazing how many are in this base. And then Hunter orders them, we got to go. You guys got to go. And Omega's like shaking on Tech. It's like, no, we got to go back. We got to go back for Hunter.
Mm-hmm. We gotta save Hunter.
And then I thought, so this was a pretty emotional part right here. And I will not be afraid to admit it choked me up a little bit when she's, pleading, we have to go back for him. You see both, even though
yeah.
they're in their helmets, you see Echo and Tech just kind of look down, just like almost defeated. You could feel the emotion without seeing anything. And that's where I think this show is just exceeding all expectations.
can we also talk about the Omega's voice actor's performance?
How it's amazing.
Just phenomenal here.
Yeah.
She sold me. Like I was like, yeah, you better go back. Like you fuckers.
A man behind.
Well, and like, go back, you bastards. And then there's Tech with his little skull candy headphone helmet on. And
Next episode's going to be that this scene. I'm curious to see how she handles everything.
I'm gonna say not well.
Probably not. Probably
You know,
not.
she's tell Hunter, tell him to go back. He's like, sorry, kid, can't do that. He has his knife out and then puts it up, and then all of a sudden he's surrounded by a lot of them, and the batch is off in space, and they jump.
But we're not done yet.
We're not done yet because now we see Prime Minister there, on his little space abacus, and all of a sudden Vice Admiral Dick comes in and he's like, what can I do for you?
Admiral
He's like,
now.
oh, he made Admiral now, didn't he? Oh, congratulations. He's a full-fledged Dick now.
Mm-hmm. Dick Admiral.
Dick Admiral.
He ain't no Grand Admiral though.
He's got room to grow. He's got a career path. He's got
He
No,
could
there's
grow, He's a grower, not a shower right now.
There's only one Grand Admiral, Kyle,
And that's
that has
Thrawn.
ever been Grand Admiral.
But he can aspire.
It's the guy behind. Yeah, he can aspire.
Mhm.
Again, he's a
Don't
grower,
crush
not a
his
shower.
dreams.
Why you gotta crush his dreams,
Why can't
Coda?
be like that, Coda, just because he's a dick.
No, I know
Why
what
don't
it
you
is.
want that dick to grow, Coda?
Yeah, don't crush it, dick crusher.
Dick
I know what it
crusher.
is. Rampart's
been a great
secretly
Star
a
Wars
frost
trick.
giant, and he's gonna turn blue, and he's gonna get his eyes tattooed red by Darth Maul, and he's gonna become Thrawn.
That
Coda
would
called
be
it early.
awesome. They'd be like, then Thrawn comes in and goes, "That's racist," because he identifies as blue.
Or Ahsoka just comes in and stabs him, and just is like, "Oh, there's always a bit of truth in legends," and then Thrawn shows up.
Or Ahsoka goes in and just kicks him in the ding ding, and he never
you say
recovers
the
from it. And just
ding-ding?
just turns blue.
Like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
right
my
in the ding
ding-ding."
ding.
That's what's
Him
funny
and-
to me
Admiral Ding Ding.
is like Ahsoka as a character. She probably would kick somebody in the balls because she has.
Yeah. She fights dirty. She does whatever she can to survive. That's what I like about Ahsoka. Always have.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when she was with the Martinez sisters,
Mm-hmm.
she learned
Martez.
Martez. She did more dirty fighting with them than anywhere else. So
I mean, and in The Mandalorian, when she literally rips a dude's blaster out of his hands and almost kills another dude with it.
yes. So Admiral Dick comes in and says, "A disturbing matter has been brought to my attention. All of a sudden, inflanked. Nalase is flanked by how many? 3 troopers? And
3
are
or
these
4,
the
yeah.
death troopers?
It looks like they're part of the squad, yeah.
Because they're it's semi-black armor, gray. Maybe they're fledgling
Yeah, they're,
gunmetal gray
they're
troopers.
coming into it.
They're like, if you do well and kill people, you too can get a fully
Mhm.
black armor.
Yep. Here's the sticker.
Here's you get a stick. That's how they get on the side. You get a happy face.
Mm-hmm.
Today you get a miss sticker.
Just
You
covered
get a
in-
crosshair because
get a
you're not a stormtrooper.
You're good.
That makes me wonder is what you call it? Death troopers. The
Mhm.
only reason why they could hit anything is because they were trained by Crosshair.
That's true.
Well, theory stands.
I mean, it's not a wrong theory. But he's saying your chief scientist was gathering medical personnel to flee Camino. And he's like, "What? This is most surprising. Let me open my giant fish eyes. I will ensure proper punishment." She's like, and then Admiral's like, "I've never found your clone troopers to be good. I think your work's great work, and I think you're going to do great stuff for us."
And she's gonna be like, well, at least they hit what they aim at.
Yeah, a scientist I've used for, a politician I do not. Okay, has there been any books where they said she survived, or is this all
No,
brand
same.
new? Yeah.
There hasn't really been a whole lot on Camino after the end of the Clone Wars.
I wonder if she'll make an appearance in Book of Boba Fett if Omega's there.
Or
Ooh.
Mandalorian.
Either one would be that would be kind of cool to see.
Because you remember in that in the episode before we see Ahsoka where Grief Karga, Cara Dune, and Mando and the blue dude all go into the military base, and there's the clone and there's the cloner dude.
Right.
The dude has Camino cloning symbol stuff on him.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
I wonder if this is kind of the tie-in to get Nala Se to where she needs to be within the Empire type of deal.
Or Rangers of the New Republic. They have to go
Mhm.
rescue her.
Right.
The possibilities are endless. I am so excited that Star Wars has become such a. It went from being a specific fan base to more widely loved and accepted, especially in these past, 20 years.
It went from, oh, here's a goofy, animated TV show that is actually meant to grow up with you and be adult themed than anything. And oh, now here's multi-million-dollar Star Wars projects with multiple movies and
And then the mouse
live
has
action
just
shows.
got dollars in his eyes.
It's a huge universe. You can do, you can, and they are doing so much with it.
I want them
Stories
to do
to be told.
Shadows of the Empire so bad. So bad with Dash. He told them
His ship was in Rebels.
it was in Rebels, and his ship was, the Outrider was also in 9 in the
Yeah.
final battle. So
Yeah. I didn't watch Resistance. Okay.
I didn't finish Resistance yet. I need to finish that.
I've watched episodes here and there, but I haven't fully, I skipped a lot of the filler episodes.
Right.
That's horrible of me. But in episode 9, the Acers ships were all actually there too. Even the Ghost and a lot of the ships
I
from
need to go
Clone
rewatch
Wars
that
and everything.
in season 1,
Huh?
2 or 3.
No, in episode 9, the Rise of
episode 9.
Skywalker, the
Oh.
movie.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't know
The
that.
the Acers are all there.
On the final battle scene when they all okay, I need to go look then. So which
Yeah.
means they survived too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I need to finish Rebels.
Or at least their
or,
ships.
Resistance.
I think I
liked
might
Resistance.
binge it.
Like it grew on me. I didn't like it at first. I'm like, this is kind of shitty.
I did
But it grew on me.
I did like the one episode where they go inside the Sith temple, and there's the one lady who's gathering Sith artifacts to destroy them, type of thing. That was cool.
Yeah. It was
Anyway,
cool. So we digress.
Mhm.
We're back on inside the base, and there's Hunter just sitting there, and Hunter doesn't seem like he's hurt at all.
Mm-mm.
And he's sitting there, and then we see this black armor. You knew who it was. What do we call him? Dick Shot?
Dick hair.
Dick Hair? Yeah,
Mhm.
Dick Hair. Takes off his helmet and says, I was hoping for the whole squad, but you'll do. Hunter just stares at him, and that's the end. So, all right. Predictions, gentlemen.
Rex is gonna show up.
I think Rex will show up.
Like that.
Who do we think is not going to survive? I guarantee you one of the batch isn't going to survive.
Crosshair.
You think it's going to be Crosshair? I think it might be Hunter.
I don't know. I if they kill Echo, I'm gonna be pissed.
Honestly, Kyle pointed this out our last episode, or this episode. Echo hasn't really said much or been a big part of stuff. It wouldn't be a huge loss if he was gone at this point, even though I love Echo.
I think it could be a setup for it too, because he's been really quiet and he spoke up this episode. He'll probably speak up again on something the next one. He'll make a really good point, and then he'll get shot in the face.
This will learn you to talk back.
Mhm.
I don't know. Who do you think, Kyle?
Well, now after saying that, I'm starting to think Echo. I really am.
So, all right, Kyle, let's get to this game.
All right, so we're going to do something fun to wrap this up. Let me share my screen.
It's called the Triple Helicopter. So if you're not watching YouTube on the 18 and over channel or the 18 and over Discord chat, you're missing out.
All right. So,
Wait,
did I get the right one?
yeah, but Coda's been tanning.
Well, that's the closest thing I could find for Coda.
Have I?
With the hair, can you see what we're sharing? What I'm sharing right now? We're going to do Bad Batch Omega Jeopardy. I wish I could make you guys bigger. Here.
Oh no.
This is going to be fun.
Oh god.
This means Bad Batch, the end Jeopardy.
We don't really. The buzzer thing is not going to work if you guys aren't watching this on YouTube. I don't even know if it's recording the screen share. We're going to find out. But if not, we're going to run a little game I thought of last night. Bad Batch Omega, or Bad Batch Jeopardy Omega version. We only have 10 questions, and there is a final question.
Okay.
Chris, you are represented by Philippe. And Coda, you're represented by Jace here.
Or super positive Asian Roland Chang.
Mhm. And so the best way, I think, I don't know, I'm just going to call on one of you. I don't know if the buzzer's going to work or whatever. Raise your hand, yell out your answer, whatever. Since Coda is the guest, I will let you pick a category and a dollar amount.
Let's do animals for 300.
Animals for 300. Oh no, a blank, Omega exclaimed as the group of crows flew overhead.
A porg.
No,
Oh,
you got it wrong. There you go.
No, a group. Oh no.
And time's up.
I have
So-
no clue.
Murder. It's a murder of crows. So
Oh,
continue.
I was thinking of something. I was thinking of a beast.
no. Okay, so Coda's still on the board.
oh no! I'm negative 300. Why do I have to be negative? Like,
'Cause
why
you got-
can't
you
it just
answered
stay?
wrong. You answered wrong.
Oh, this is bullshit. Oh, let's do 100
All right.
animals.
These dogs would be an ultimate crossover with Omega, possibly titled Space Buds in Space. It's a type of dog.
A type of dog?
Mhm.
I don't know. A shepherd? I don't
Now,
know. Oh my god, I am terrible at this.
if you just don't guess, Chris, you may actually end up winning because, no. Golden Retriever. It was a Golden Retriever. Is what
What's
Echo.
funny is I was thinking golden retriever, but I couldn't figure out
Yep.
how you were going to word that.
Yeah. We can do a couple more here.
I think I think I'm understanding how you're doing this now.
I'm going to let
Okay.
Chris pick since.
Let's
Coda.
do household items for 100.
All right. What Omega uses to unclog the toilet after Rector has too much Mantel mix.
Oh, this is bullshit.
It's a plunger.
Plunger! You got it right.
This is bullshit.
I'm gonna
That
keep
was
quiet
so
for the rest of-
easy.
Hey, Coda, you're up.
I did this like at 11 o'clock last night, half asleep. So you got to get me a little bit of slack.
No, I give you a lot of credit. This is
I had
fun.
an idea and I
I,
ran
This
with
is
it.
fun.
I get what you're doing. I get which way you're going with this now.
Okay, I'll do household items for 300.
300. What Omega relaxes in after a long day of adventuring.
God, you don't want to know what I'm going to say because she's a kid.
A recliner.
What'd you say?
A recliner.
Recliner. He got it.
I almost said massager.
Okay. Coda, what I was thinking of was vibrator.
Oh
I'm like,
my
no, she's a
god,
kid.
she's a
She's a
child.
kid. I know, but
That's why you never go with your first
thought.
thought. No, I'm just let Coda pick again because you just dug yourself a hole. Go ahead, go again, Coda.
Oh, I gotta go again.
I dug myself a hole.
Let's do animals for 200.
Animals for 200. Omega's favorite fish dish. Omega's favorite fish dish.
I don't know.
5
Goldfish. I don't know. No. Yeah. Fuck.
Grilled snapper. He really loves grilled snapper. All right.
Kyle, I hate you.
Hey, he needs some negative points there.
I'm gonna let that. He was talking to himself. He wasn't actually officially answering. I'm cutting him a little bit of slack.
no.
Okay, okay.
Go again.
No, let him go.
All right, Chris.
Household items for 200.
Okay. What Omega uses to tighten the loose screws on Gonki.
A screwdriver.
Screwdriver. You got it.
Why do you get the easy ones?
You can call out your answer too.
You give him the easy ones.
Go ahead.
Fish.
Go again.
Pony.
Go again, Chris. We only got 4 left.
Hip hop. Hip hop
Hip-hop
anonymous.
Yeah.
Let's do household items for 400.
Household items for 400. Omega's favorite brand of vacuum cleaner. Omega's
Hoover.
Hoover. He got it.
You know what her
How tired
favorite,
were you with doing
That was
you know
extremely
who,
tired.
you know who Omega's favorite band is, right?
Mm-mm.
Hoover Stank.
Hoover.
Hoover Stank. Okay.
Like Nirvana. Okay.
Nirvana.
Coda.
Let's do 400 animals.
400 animals. Omega's favorite movie, Bambi, portrayed this type of animal.
A deer? I don't know. A deer? What? This is
No.
bullshit.
Nope, not
Bambi?
deer.
This type of animal.
Not a deer.
Antelope.
Deer.
Yeah.
I said that.
Oh, you said deer.
Yeah.
No,
You
I
said
said deer. But whatever.
Okay. Hey, Kyle, you know how I would have worded that one?
You know what? I'll go ahead and give you some money
Omega's-
back there. I don't know if you can
Omega's-
hear the dings or not.
Oh, no, I can't hear the
can't.
dings.
Oh,
Omega's
the dings are so good.
Omega's favorite character in Bambi?
Thumpa?
Thumpa.
All right, Chris, get a pick one.
Household items for 500.
Household items for 500. Omega uses this when Record gets crayon stains all over the ship.
Use this one record.
You've got kids. You should know this one, Chris.
I can't think how to say it though.
Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a magic eraser.
Damn
It's
it.
a magic eraser. Yeah.
I couldn't.
Cody, you really need this one. All
I
right.
know I really need it. I'm
Animals
not going
for
to win.
500. One would have to be pretty sharp to know this is what Omega feeds her pet space mouse. One would have to be pretty sharp to know this is what Omega feeds
I
her
know.
pet
For the steal.
space.
For the
Steal
steal.
it.
Go.
Cheddar.
Cheddar. Yeah, she feeds him cheddar. All right.
I wasn't
Cheddar!
even thinking about cheese. I'm not gonna lie.
All right. Well, here, I'm going to give you a little bit of extra money here, Coda,
We'll
so
give
you
you
can
some-
actually wager.
Hey, we'll give you a little cheddar.
Yeah, a little cheddar. All right. So
Oh,
how much
okay.
do you want to wager, Chris, for the final? For the final
200.
200. Chris is wagering 200. I'm going to assume that Coda is also wagering the full amount that I just gave him.
You just put 20 for him.
Nope, we're gonna go with 20. That's good.
200.
Okay, there
All
you
right.
go.
Several hints were dropped in the last episode, as well as online, that this villain will be revealed as crap, the next big bad on Bad Batch. Several hints were dropped in the last episode, as well as online, that this villain will be revealed as the next big bad on Bad Batch. You can just guess. You know, there's nowhere to write it out, so we just have to get a guess. What's your best guess, Coda?
My best guess?
I know.
I have no idea.
No
Darth
ideas. Not
Vader.
Veda? You're going with Veda?
Vader.
That's
Coda?
too big. Inquisitor.
Inquisitor? No, it's actually Mephisto.
God bless it. He got me. He got me.
Yep,
He
That
got
makes
me.
a lot of sense.
it's actually
Yep.
Mephisto. So yeah, you both got it wrong. So, but Chris
He
did
got
win.
me.
So yeah, good job
I
there,
thought
Chris.
I made it through
Good job,
fucking-
Felipe.
episode without him getting me, and he got me at the very last part.
That's what we call the long con, folks.
Telekinesis.
Were you holding that in the entire time?
Mm-hmm. I've been making this thing. I've been trying to get him every episode, and it's getting harder and harder. So I had to get really freaking creative this time around.
And he got me. He got me good.
Mhm.
Got
him.
So
You know what I just noticed?
What?
that I'm beautiful.
Chris, move your head and your chair. You literally have Scorch on your picture and didn't notice.
Oh, I do. I do.
Anyway,
Ah, shit. There's twice I got. Boy, I sure glad Coda came back.
I am.
I
For
am
one,
too.
I'm happy with her Coda being back.
I am too. It's not that I don't enjoy doing this with you, Kyle. It's just it's fun with Coda's knowledge here.
It is. It's just
So
a wealth of knowledge.
so hopefully Coda will join us for the last episode or two, depending how they do it.
I will.
So
I'm holding you to it. It's recorded. It's going to be on the internet
also,
now that you said I
no.
will.
Also, I had a thought. You know what we should do for the last episode? However,
have
it does.
Mantel Mix.
Instead of like watching it
Ooh.
beforehand, we should watch it as we record.
Ooh, and like react as we go.
Mm-hmm. And then we can like pause it.
That would actually be fun. It'd be like us actually getting together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
Probably
we can
sit
watch
down.
it together.
I would say yes, but let's see how my week goes.
Oh,
Okay.
you got that. Yeah. We'll talk
Because,
about that.
well, Lily's leaving next weekend. And so I've got the kids by myself. So we'll see too. And then
Okay.
I've also got work. So, but I would say yes. Let's regroup later this week.
Let's put a pin
All
in
right,
that one.
party.
Because I think it
Okay.
sounds amazing.
I'll bring the Mantel
actually.
mix.
Bring the Mantel mix.
Mhm.
So with that, this has been Everyman's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. Thanks again, Coda, for coming back from your mission and joining us. Pleasure as always. You guys catch him also on the. Are you still streaming? You still doing that?
I'm gonna get back into it after I get new
Yeah.
graphics and a bunch of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. So make sure you follow him, Krixda
Yeah.
on Twitch. So wherever you guys are, have a good night, evening, morning, whatever it is, and be good to each other.
See ya.
See ya.
Nerd
Toodles.
Talk, rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore, rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made up word.